I realized I hadn't had enough excitement with my day, so I'm going to play with my pets. I don't really like the horses, so we're not going to use them. Ducks, on the other hand, we're going to make work. And by make work, I mean sacrifice the first round because they're pretty well useless. We'll call it a draw. Then again, if I plan to lose, I'll probably win because I just can never accomplish my goals. But we're going to add a fish just because it's got the good stats. We're going to roll again and I don't know, probably take a few mosquitoes because we didn't get any more ducks yet. This build is mildly better than last turn's, but not by enough to for sure get me a victory. But we'll get one anyway. 1 trophy, 10 lives. Well, as strange as this is, I'm going to sell both of these ducks right now, because that's going to boost the health of every idiot here. And then I'm going to throw down a swan because they have good stats, plus money. And another mosquito that I'm going to combine with that. I was hoping that stat boost worked a different way. We're going to hold on to you because you're good for later. And because I have even 6 coins left, we might as well just do something like you, who's going to give you attack damage to him. And then we're going to boost the swan because it's my longest term idiot out of anyone currently. And that team only has 4 players on it. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to thank them for their sacrifice and take my easy win. And pretend that was pure skill on my part. I could also build toward a tier 3 mosquito. I mean, I don't really care what I spend my money on at this point. Except for an apple for the swan. Then we're going to spin, maybe cake the fish next round. No, I'm just going to go with it just like this. That was fine. My lineup's a little heavy in the rear, but I think that's going to work out okay ultimately. Because we're going to kill you, you're going to spawn a sheep, 2 sheep, but then I get my bumblebee. It's not quite a honey badger, but it's just as effective. I'm going to hold on to this snail until I unfreeze it, and then I'm going to lose the very next round. That's pretty much my promise to you. We're going to give you the garlic, we're going to put you in front of the fish. I'm going to give an apple to the swan anyway. I'm also going to put the dodo behind the swan to make sure it's doing okay. I'm actually going to freeze that cupcake for a second. There's another snail in case I lose. I'm just going to put a cupcake on the swan for a sec. I don't usually play this kind of way, but I think this is going to work out well for me because the way I normally play sure hasn't been working. And see, there you go. They only took out my swan and I'm missing someone else from the lineup, but they're clearly not important. I've got 2 snails waiting here. This feels wasteful. So we're going to give an apple to the swan. No, I don't know. We'll give an apple to the swan. And we're going to give more hit power to the ant just so we can knock something down right away. Probably should have also given the dodo to the dodo. But so far we haven't really fought anything that can contend with my swan. Because we even just took out their toughest unit real easy. There's some dogs. And there goes my swan. But we're already halfway to victory off a swan. I mean, we just unlocked a new tier of animals. So it's really wasteful to continue holding these. That'll give half his damage to the swan anyways. A badger is kind of fun. I'm not even going to keep these anymore. Okay, so we're going to spin a few times, hoping for maybe some... There we go. We can start upgrading the swan in a different way. Imagine that. And nothing really, so whatever. More swan power. Eventually, this is going to run into a roadblock because I can't keep up with proper buffs. They have a bus that's gone. This guy's going to give me a little bit of problems. There we go. Now we're getting into some adversity. Now that I've gotten rid of my snails, naturally. But we did get a hippo we can throw up front, and hippos are a lot of fun. In fact, we were going to throw the dodo. I should have bought that first. This is why I can't have nice things. We're going to give you a nice +2/+2 boost. We're going to take this anyway, because I will take that risk. Then we're going to spin until we find something useful. We'll maybe throw those on the hippo next turn, because the hippo can actually be pretty decent. Kind of wish I changed his positioning now. In case he runs into a 1025 rhino. How do you have such a strong rhino already? I don't think that person's on the same turn as me. A rhino is a tier 5, so they would have had to have a tier 5, but then level it all the way to 25 health already. I'm not entirely convinced we're on the same turn anymore. But since we're starting to get some more useful idiots, we're going to remove the fish and put down a crocodile. Kind of wish I had something else worthwhile down there, but we'll save a monkey who can boost the hippo and the chocolate. And the chocolate. Maybe also the cow while we're at it. Okay, let's see how this turn goes. Hopefully better. Yeah, see, here's a team that's more on my level. Especially when the hippo can kill a penguin very easily. He's going to get a boost. It's a stupid one of these builds. But we're okay because we have enough tankiness to get through it. Trophy number 6. Now, we can start swapping some things out. We don't really need a mosquito anymore. We can have... I was going to do this a different way, but I don't want to... I want to boost the monkey over the hippo. Because the monkey's going to boost the hippo for now, but he might not always do that. So you get that, you get that. He now gives +6/+6 to the boar every turn. Goodbye, hippo. Hello, my beauty. I wouldn't have done that if we had less than 4 lives left, because I might have a loss because he's not really strong yet, nor does he have any armor on. We're going to save him that for next turn, and off we go. So he now 16-13, plus he gets a boost from the dodo. We'll replace the dodo as soon as we can, but he gets also a boost before he attacks. So when we are against a summoning build, that can work very well. It didn't here to make me look like a liar. but oh, we're so close. I still believe in this build. We're going to give you garlic armor, so you're much tougher. We're also maybe just going to put a gorilla in behind you because he's also quite tough. Then I think I'm going to leave the crocodile in for now. No, I'm going to sell him. I might regret that. I'm going to bring in the cow because that's going to give me boosties here for him. I'm going to freeze the deer and spin once in case I happen to get something. Oh, a snail might actually be good for boosting everything. Yeah, I'm just going to have a, basically a sacrifice this round for this singular. And there we go. Everyone gets a nice little boost. I spin again to see what happens. I don't think I need the giraffe at this point because my boar is up to 26-24. And that's before he attacks anything. And this team, we think we're probably going to steamroll pretty hard unless I'm missing something. Well, we traded with him. Okay, that got a little bit scarier than I thought it might. We're okay. So we're going to leave this level 2 deer that respawns at the back of the lineup because it needs a few spaces to spawn, and that's just really going to annoy people. If they do manage to get through all that, enjoy the rest. And my boar is up to 32-30 already. I wish I had more things boosting throughout the lineup, but because we're not super far into the rounds yet, I might kind of get away with this. It's a little bit closer, but I need to remember I do also have a deer. There's trophy number 8. I'm going to freeze this penguin, definitely, because he could eventually boost things if they ever hit level 2. I think because I'm so close and it's only round 13, I'm just going to try and steamroll through this with my boar and hopefully whoever else. Tempted to also boost my swan to level 2. Not really sure if that's going to make much of a difference or not, so whatever, we'll just go like that, and that's good enough for me. I'll eventually give this steak to the gorilla. But now that we end turn, he is already up to 43-41. And now before he attacks, he's going to jump even higher than that. And he's hopefully going to destroy. Oh, that's a strong bust though. Okay, I think we actually have a pretty good counter to their build. Oh dear. So, that was a really unique build. It was a pretty good counter to mine as it turns out. They had my deer idea, they just took that better. And they would have had better strength here. A few turns later, the obese firemen still have a chance because we finally got a level 3 dodo, so he's giving 150% of his attack to the bison, who's going to get a boost because we have a level 3 dodo. And yes, I don't currently love the fact that we have a scorpion up front, but until I find a better solution, it's going to be a scorpion. But I really wanted to get the bison to level 2, but we got a boost from there because once he's level 2, the penguin will also boost him. But he is going self for now, and the penguin will eventually boost everyone. So provided there's not a dolphin on their team, our scorpion will take out someone, which will clear the way for him, who didn't do a hugely good job, but we tied on the bumblebees. Well, there's a level 2 penguin at least, so he's going to give all these guys +2/+2. We're going to boost the bison because he eventually is going to be my superstar, and I'm straight up going to move the scorpion for the mammoth. And I got the chocolate for next turn so we can boost the bison. I've still got 4 lives left, so even if we lose this one, we'll be okay. So we're getting some decent strength through the middle, and when the mammoth dies, he's going to boost everyone else. That's not great, but I just don't really know what else to do with that space right now. Until I get a better option, we're left with things like this. That was kind of scary. This is still kind of scary. We do still have the advantage though, so we won. Trophy number 6. Now the bison can get double boosted. We also have a tiger, which is interesting. I'm going to save the tiger because in the right situation that can be very good. I'm maybe also going to save that. We're going to spin, and it's going to be hard to replace anything here because they're all level 2 and 3, and so they get boosted by the penguin pretty good. So I'm just going to do this just in case we do lose, and then we can maybe buy a new lineup. But he's now up to 21-21. And they have this scary background. What do we got? So we got a rhino that's going to be pretty annoying because he's going to take off the armor right away. But then we're going to steamroll through his lineup pretty nicely. So that worked out okay. There's trophy number 7. This is what I wanted for the mammoth. He comes back to life once to annoy everyone, but he now gives everyone a +4/+4 boost. A snake is normally really good. I'd normally throw that on immediately behind something like the bison. But because he's got a level 3 dodo, I think that's going to be better. You could put a tiger behind the snake. That way the snake would fire twice. I'm going to think about that for a second. There's also a boar, which is my very favorite of everything. But instead of swapping strategies now, I'm going to do something like that and give 2 pets +2/+2. And I'm going to pretend that was enough to make a big difference. And that's probably enough to make a difference to swap out maybe those two or one of those two. Oh, they have the same mammoth strategy going on. How fun. So we're going to get a boost there. He's at 50-31, so he's going to be a little bit hard to take out. Not hard enough apparently, but ultimately we're okay. We had a draw because of their super strong badger. Wow, look at all that. So I'm going to take away probably the blowfish. Then I'm going to add in some snakes, and it gave us another snake. So every time something in front of it attacks, it does an extra 10 damage. I think given that the mammoth's already doing 27 or the bison's already doing 27. I don't need to boost it, but I still need the level 3 so he can get a boost from that. Otherwise, a tiger would go behind a snake and make a hilarious chain. I'm going to try it like this. I think this is going to work out, but I've been wrong before. So you get a boost, you all get a boost, and then the snake is going to work off the bison. I guess it's just a matter of how many times the bison is going to attack. Wow, look at their mammoth. It's much stronger than mine. That's okay, because we're going to roll through it with this guy who's hopefully still going to obliterate most of everything. The snake was up to 46 damage, so by the time anything gets to that, we're actually okay. It's not really what I intended, but it works. If we were doing a summoning build, the fly would be perfect, because the fly is like the ultimate summoning piece. But we're not, so I'm going to try and just kind of power through these ones. So you get one of those, the mammoth gets upgraded to level 2, which spawns us a dragon, which we don't want. We could give splash damage to the snake. Might as well, because he does basically splash damage anyways. And now the mammoth gets a boost from the penguin, so we're getting basically +8/+8 to our team just from that penguin every turn. So depending on what we're up against, like a stupid deer, we're going to have a repeat of a deer. They also have a snake strategy going, which I think we're okay with, because we're about to steamroll through that, and then the bus comes out, does 10 damage. It's basically a snake battle, but I win, because the snake was up to 50 damage. Trophy number 10. Did I just say trophy number 10? I'm clearly not paying attention. Trophy number 9. 10 would have been a win. So we're going to give 3 random pets +1. I guess I'll give the snake some melon armor so he can absorb a shot rather than a pepper maybe. I don't know if that really makes much of a difference. We're going to give you the penguin because we're finding lots of penguins. A level 3 penguin would be awesome. But because we can't do that, he's up to 44. Everything else is pretty strong. So it's always going to depend on what we run into. He took me down to 1 health. Oh, it's a level 3 skunk. I've always wanted to see one of those. I just never have. That was actually a really good play on their part. It wasn't, however, good enough to overcome my lineup. I wish I slowed that one down because that would have been fun to watch in real time, but that's a win. Okay, a new build, the dense pencils. I was mostly just front loading a fish because I didn't know what else to do. Just found a hippo, and he's being copied by a parrot. So both of these guys, he's a level 2 parrot. When they kill someone, they gain +2/+2. And everyone who dies boosts a shark. Confusing enough? Great. We're going to save this turtle pill for next time, and we're also going to boost them. The giraffe is slowly boosting the fish. We'll probably change that eventually, but for now, we're pretty well ahead of the game, as you can tell, because my fish almost just wiped out everyone, but now the hippo parrot is going to destroy him, and the shark's up to 14/9 by the time we get to him. Trophy 5. It's a tough spot to be in, but I think we're going to give it to the giraffe because I want to put one of those on one of him. Oh, and because he technically fainted, that boosts the shark. I'm actually probably going to throw down a dolphin right now just as a kind of counter scorpion measure in case there is a scorpion because we're getting into that time. And we're going to have a penguin ready because he's going to start boosting level 2s. Nothing's currently being boosted, but I did some important readjusting there, so that's a really strong ant. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a really big problem. That is a really strong team through and through. So now what we're going to do is sell the dolphin. We're going to buy a cow because we're going to boost the hippo. Then we're going to sell you. I think I'm going to put a penguin in its place. We're going to double down on the shark a little bit. And then we're hopefully going to find something for next turn that's amazing. Like another shark. I don't know how well the sharks scale because I've never really used it before. But if lots of things faint, he gets a bonus. So what's not to like there? I really think unless you have a summoning build, you need something constantly getting stronger because you're going to run into teams like this fairly frequently and, well, they're going to steamroll you if you don't have any way to prevent that. I wasn't even close to beating that team. We did also find a fly that would help boost a level 2 shark. So I could actually change this around in a really fun way and have a parrot mimicking a fly and the penguin wouldn't be boosting anyone, but that's maybe okay. Is this a stupid idea? I don't care if it's a stupid idea, we're gonna do it. So when these two die, they're gonna spawn a 5/5 fly, but 2 5/5 flies because of him. Those are all gonna boost a shark by the end. This might be a really bad idea, but I like these bad ideas. We didn't get a monkey till now anyway, so halfway summoning build? I don't know what to call this. It's not a summoning build and it's not a tanky build. Let's, I kind of want to see this more in real time. So we took out their deer right away. We did that, but now we're going to summon our fly. Only one for now, but that's okay. Theirs is going to be stronger than ours. Again, that's okay. We're going to destroy him. Hippo's going to boost himself a little bit. Hippo's going to destroy him, but then out comes our fly. 2 of them. 2 flies, 110, 15. Okay, I'm starting to see the flaw in this plan. Namely in that there's not really enough room here to make this all work. Well, actually, that's not bad. Because now we're going to draw here, but then they don't have enough power to take out my shark. So we won, but not by much. I kind of need something up front that spawns more units then. The shark gets a boost. basically double fly. Can I just get something? That would also be great. Spawned friends give +3/+3. I'm going to hold you just in case we happen to find all the right pieces to make that work. What would be funny too is if I did a tiger cub, a parrot, and a fly, we basically get 3 flies for everything that dies. But I still need my shark to get a nice boost. So I'm going to hold that for a second. It really would have been nice to find some kind of summoning unit. So I'm actually going to give the fish that instead. And we didn't find any. Well, this may be too late. The sheep would actually be good because it's going to spawn 2 idiots in its place, which would also spawn all sorts of flies. And then it would just be chaos everywhere. I don't know what this build is, so whatever. Let's see how this goes. So he eats the deer right away. That's going to spawn the bus. Blah, blah, blah. We kill him. They trade. Out comes our first fly. They trade again. That fly's going to die. In comes the hippo. Oh, he took out our fly too. Okay, we're in trouble now. Well, it was a fun idea. Yeah, if it wasn't for the boost on them, they did have a proper summoning build. So a halfway summoning build can't beat a full-on summoning build. So I don't really know how to begin describing what's happening here, but I basically gave up on his build because I screwed it up a few turns ago, or I thought I did, but somehow this is still working. Basically, I sold the level 3 unit that was boosting the bison and tried to go for a summoning build, but then turned back. I mean, the monkey is still giving the bison +6/+6, and we have a tier 2 deer that comes back to life with a snake and a tiger behind it, which is a very interesting combination. For example, I feel like I'm always going to lose the fight I'm in. This one maybe not so much because I'm doing surprisingly well. But some of the other ones were very scary. I don't know what this build is or why it's working, but we're just going to let it fly. I don't know, we're just going to give some pizza to people to get them boosted, and might as well give something to the tiger. And he's up to 49.49. So we could potentially actually sell the monkey after this because the monkey's not really doing anything anymore. So they're going to trade. That's very useful too, having the tiger snake combo, because they do so much damage to whatever's at the back. Oh, never mind. But you get the idea. I just wanted to show that because that was like a disaster, like completely failed build. And then for 3 or 4 turns, it came alive and dominated. Then crashed and burned again. This one's shaping up pretty fun so far. I've got a level 2 monkey who's giving +6/+6 currently to a swan. I'm about to swap out a badger for a bee, which is going to summon a 5/5 fly every time something dies. I'm then also going to remove this mosquito. We're going to shift everything forward. I'm going to put a tiger cub here. That way when these 3 die, they're going to summon 2 5/5 flies in their place. And then I'm going to work to upgrade one of these 2, probably the fly because it's slightly stronger already. Wish I had more armor up front, but we're just not getting any armor options, so we're just going to give Evan a boost and see how this disaster works. So he's up to 28.26, and we're going to get a lot of flies that are hopefully going to, well, annoy people at the very least. Having a snake here helps too because it's constantly bombarding things in the back, like the things spawning these stupid flies, which we all know a little bit about. That snake by itself did a ton of damage. Hey, do you guys like flies? Because I know where we can get some. So we can upgrade the snake a little bit. Maybe also the tiger while we're at it. Oops, I really hate that I just did that. But we're going to go like that and give everyone a little bit of extra girth. The swan's still getting stronger every turn. We're falling behind pretty quickly. Like it's only a matter of time before we run into a team that's going to absolutely destroy us. But that snake is so strong. I'm starting to think the snake might be the best unit in the game. But I'm also pretty biased right now because it's really working for me. Oh, good. Now we're going to summon, I think a 10-10 fly, maybe an 8-8 fly, and then also another fly for that one. I like the builds like this. They don't really make sense. I'm going to protect my swan, even just a little bit. Okay, this is better. I wish I found more of these earlier. Now this swan can at least absorb 1 really big hit while the snake fires off. Then some flies are going to happen. You know the drill. So let's see this one in action. Okay, good thing at the garlic armor because that saved me from the scorpion. We now bombard their parrot, who doesn't copy the hedgehog. We are going to get a lot of damage coming in. But I have a very good counter summoning build because every time they kill something of mine, I summon a very strong fly anyway. In fact, I summon several of them if I have the room. Oh, well, not anymore now that I lost that. Okay, we might actually lose this. I'm a little confused. You die, you spread your damage. We actually lost that. I thought we were going to tear that team apart. I figured every time they killed one of ours, we're going to spawn something new. But our spawners died, so that makes sense. That probably made very little sense to you, but it doesn't have to. So I'm going to save a cupcake. We're also going to upgrade the fly, so okay, so we are going to get some very strong flies. I'm also going to put coconut armor on one of these 2, just so that exact scenario doesn't happen again. Tempted also to summon a turkey. Get a turkey, that way we could summon 13 flies, but no need to get greedy now. 46-44 swan. Okay, what are we up against? 45-41 rhino, so that's basically a wash. But we're also firing in with our snake right now. So you're going to fire again. I wish you took the garlic armor off the kangaroo. But in comes one of our flies. 10-10. He's going to die. We're still going to fire and hit their monkey though. Comes in, snake hits twice, almost kills him, not quite. Luckily here's 2 +10/+10 flies. Their shark gets stronger, but so do we. So we're going to hit him with our monkey, and we actually killed him with the monkey. But there's some more flies. So we now have a level 2 snake, so the team has got actually quite a bit stronger simply because of that. I'll, I guess, save the steak for something. I don't really know what to do right now. I'm going to give this steak to the monkey. That way he hits really hard for a single turn. I'm going to start to slowly upgrade the fly, because if he can spawn a 15-15 fly, well, wouldn't that just be something? So the swan's at 50-50. He's got a level 2 snake behind him firing big damage out. So depending on what we're up against, I feel pretty good about this. They also have a fly, but I think my snake's actually going to probably do pretty big damage to a lot of them. Like, it took up their turkey. That's a really good start. They're spawning 15-15 flies, but we're also pretty capable of defeating this team. Yeah, we got the tiger dead too, so we're going to dismantle this team. It was set up kind of like mine, but I have the advantage of the super snake, who's really going to make a mess of them. My swan's still not dead. It is now, but they only have 1 person left, and it's a fly. So our fly, ironically, will kill their fly. And this team was so far ahead of the curve that it just dismantled everyone. Victory number 2.